what Python string function is. In this string function, we are learning about starts with, ends with, swap case, partition, count, lstrip, rstrip. So these are basic strings of using to search within a strings. So our first one is starts with. So what does starts with does? It starts with check whether a string given a string is starting with the given substring or not. Let's say your string is this. Uh, it's like welcome to my lecture 10. Okay, just you can run Python and it's like string welcome to my lecture 10 and substring is welcome, and if you check that string dot starts with string dot starts with substring. So here it return true because welcome to my lecture 10 is starting with welcome. Here you can see other examples like Python programming and as dot starts with as a start with Python, it returns true. So basically what it does, just like even you can try like Python dot starts with pi. So it returns false because p is small and here p is capitalized. So it is case sensitive. You should note that. You should note that. So you can see that the Python is starting with pi. So therefore it returns true for this. And here are some also notes just like case sensitive where applicable. So here you can see that for it is even working for the case sensitive. Just like if it is small, then it returns false. If it is capital, then it returns true. And it returns a new string. Just like no, it is not returns true string. There was some mistake. It returns a boolean data. It's like dot starts with return either true, either false. So it's dot starts with is always returning a boolean data. Our next one is ends with. Just like starts with, we also have ends with. So ends with, what does ends with does? It is like, let's say you have, let's say our string is equals to welcome to my lecture 10 of the string function part 2. Now, if I want to check string dot ends with part 2. So in this way, I can find out the string which is ending from the part 2. Let's say it is another string. Let's say if a string is equals to part 1. So for this, if I check this, it will returning a false. So in this way, I can search that it has part 2 or not, ending with part 2 or not. And so ends with and starts with are they both are the same. And just only check with at the end and starts with only check at the start point. So our next function is swap case. So for a swap case, we can see that it is saying the purpose when we need to convert the uppercase letters to the lowercase and vice versa, lowercase letter to uppercase. For example, if we have a string like HEWLO dot swap case. So here you can see that the hello first character is capital. So it just makes it small and rest all of them are small, so it makes them capital. So in this way, using swap case, you can swap each and every characters with a capital to small and a small to capital one. Just like if we have s is equals to world and s dot swap case is now here you can see that w is here capital, so w becomes small and just all of the words are become capital because they all are here small. Now but there is one more thing. If you try to check the value of s, it is again not going to change because it returns a copy of new string, not it is going to modify that same string. So if you want to modify that same string, you can use it like this: s is equals to s dot swap case. Now if you check s, now s is swap. Now there is one more thing. If you run again this command, you will get your original string back. So that's all about swap case. And next one is partition. So basically partition what does? It basically splits a string into three parts, and you have to pass one substring. Just like here we have you can see that here it passed the comma, and apple comma banana is now separated as apple and comma and then banana. So let's try out. Let's say a string is like apple, banana, orange, and let's say pears. That's enough for it. Now if you do s dot partition, TITION, okay, okay, we have to pass one argument also. So here we are passing one small string which is character as comma. So here you can see that it returned us three strings simultaneously. First one is apple, second one is comma, and third one is whole banana, orange, and pears. So if you notice one thing, it is going to separate with the first one, first occurrence. Just like what we have s, if you try to check the value of s, this is s, and first comma it found here. So what it does, it first print apple, and then it's going to print comma, and then afterward it's going to print rest of the string. So let's try another example. If we modify like let's modify the string as this with semicolon. Let place here semicolon and try the s dot partition with semicolon. If you try this, here you can see that now partition is like, so here you can see that it is separated with around a semicolon. Just like here we have semicolon, so it first prints apple and banana, and then semicolon, and then afterwards space orange and pears. Here you can see that string starts on apple, banana, and goes, and then we have semicolon, and then orange pears. So in this way you can use a partition. So here you can see a purpose. Split the string into three parts on the first occurrence of separator. And it is commonly used while processing text. So obviously we are going to processing text multiple times in Python. So our next one is count. So count can be used for like uh, counting the occurrence of an character in a string. For example, let's say s is equals to banana here, just like a given, and after that s dot count, just write a. So we got 3 because we have 3 in here, and let's say s dot count an, not even character, you can even pass a string here. If you pass a string an, you can see it is an, so only 2 times an it is going to give. So in this way you can search for it, and if you search for it for b, it gives 1 because it has only 1. So dot count is used to search the substring or characters in your given string. Frequency, basically frequency of those substring and characters in a given string. And next one is lstrip. So what does lstrip does? Lstrip basically it removes the starting characters of the given string. If it has white space, it is going to remove white space by default. And if you give some special substring, then it will also going to remove those substring. For example, let's say we are going to put some space before this, and my page, let's say my topic, and s dot lstrip. Here you can see that it run the stripped version of my lstrip. Even if you can search for this like s.l strip, so you can see that method of building returns a copy of the string with leading white space removed. If char is given and not none, remove character is chars instead. So basically, what does it mean? If you are not passing any argument in this lstrip, it is going to remove starting space and rest of the things. Suppose your s is like having backslash n backslash t, and now try s dot lstrip. So it basically remove these all three white space. Your space first, and second new line character, and third one is tab. So it remove all three of them. But let's suppose if you want to remove some space substrings from starting, just like we have multiple a, and let's say hello. Now s dot l is strip a. Okay, it's not that. Yeah. So here you can see that our s is many times first a, and then I return hello. So what does lstrip does? Lstrip basically remove all of the character which are starting from a, from the beginning. So all of the character I iteratively removed from the given string. So in this way you can use lstrip. Now our next one is the rstrip. Similar to lstrip, we have rstrip. So what does rstrip does? It removes from the back of the string. Let's suppose if you have a string like hello and multiple space and backslash n backslash n backslash t, and just like so, if you try to print this, it will actually just print hello. Just add some like 1 2 3. If you try this and print this, the reason they are white space because these are used by text. For example, here you can see this is a new line character. This is first backslash n, first new line, and after that this is new, this is second next line, and after that this is the tab. These all the things are the tab. Now let's do it for this. Now if you try to s.rstrip, it will return hello. Basically it removed all of the trailing white spaces at from the right side of the string or end of the string. So these two commands like lstrip and rstrip of the string function are really useful to remove white space, and it will be more useful while you are using a file handling and you are writing and reading some of the text documents using Python. Okay, before that, before going to that, we have also one more command. Let's suppose if your s is equals to, let's say multiple space backslash n and backslash t, and your word is hello, and after again multiple space, now backslash t, these are tab and the new line character. So yeah, now if you try to apply that s dot rstrip, it return hello part, but it does not remove from the left side of the string. So what does r done? It removed from the right side of the string. Now let's try lstrip on this same. If you try lstrip, it's basically only remove from left side. Now suppose you want to remove from both sides of the string. So for that purpose, we are going to use only s dot strip. What does it will do? It removes from the both left and right at the same time. So you can see we got hello because hello is the only thing which does not contain white space. And our next one is, so yeah, this is basically a statistics program which returns the how many cases are upper and how many of them are lower and how many of them are alphabetical digit and so on. This is just an example. So here what you can do, there's a string equals to input Just like what tomorrow done, this is different version of that. Enter a string. Now we need to update all values, like initialize all the values basically. And after this, let's try this code first. So here it should be an intent. And this is a string. So let's try to run this. So let's enter any string. Let's say hello world. How are you? Let's type any random things. So in this case, we are get uppercase, two uppercase. So you can see two uppercase H and W. 17, rest of them are lowercase and alphabets. And you can see 17 at 17 and plus 2 is 19. So here it is returning as character and there's no digits. So let's try some digits also. Okay, let's say 12th January. So here you can see we got two digits, 10 alphabets, 9 lower cases, and one uppercase. So in this way, you can create a string statistics program which returns the statistical data of your string, how many of the uppercase and lowercase and alphabets and so on. So let's create one more program where we are going to create and where we are going to verify the email sent by user, email entered by user is correct or not. So let's try that. Okay, first what we are going to do, first we are going to do the lstrip and rstrip from both the sides. Well, let's take email. Let's rename this to email. Now email is equals to email dot strip. We are going to use strip. So basically what it does, if user by mistakenly has entered the space like things, so it will automatically going to be removed. Okay, and after this there is one more thing I want to tell is that suppose if you are doing partition and you have s is equals to like a b c and you have a space, let's say multiple letters. Now s dot partition space. So it returns us three things. But what will happen if it does not have this? Let's say this does not have at the rate. So it returns something random. So which is like this not at the rate and neither that. So what we need to do is like if you can a comma b comma c is equals to s dot partition. Now let's check the value of a. It becomes this, b is a space and c is this. So what you can do, so here what we have done is that we assign three values to three different variables using s dot partition. So using this we are going to apply it. So basically what we have done is till yet we have removed the starting white space and ending trailing white space from this email character, from this email string. So you can write a comment removed white spaces from starting and from side, from both sides in simple you can write. Okay, and next one, what we are going to do? We are going to store three things, just like username, comma, separation, which is just like at the rate in email, and host. You can use it like email dot partition. So we are going to partition using at the rate. But before this, let's suppose if user does not even write at the rate, what we can do? If, for example, if you need to find at the rate in it, so you can simply do it like at the rate in this, so return false. So if this return false, if at the rate in, if at the rate not in email, print. So basically we can directly print, and even you can use find just like s dot find, just like at the rate dot find at the rate. So it can give index. So what we are going to do, else, so our whole code will be in the else section, because if it will only come here if it has else. If it does not have else, if it does not have at the rate, it will goes to here. It does not, no, invalid. We have to write like invalid email at the rate is missing. And after this, what we can do, we need to check username. So for username, it should be like username is just like it should be asylum. It should not have special characters now. So for that, what we can do, if username dot is al num, we are going to print that username modulo s should not have special characters. So after that, what we are going to do, it will write only username, else else let's also check separated. Okay, separated is already checked. Now we need to check host. So host should end with .com always. Let's say when it is our email where we set our own rules. Host dot ends with .com. Actually, we need to use if not. If not because we want a false version. If it is false, then it will fall in this. So host dot ends with .com, and after this, so after this we are going to print that if host one is not ending with .com, then we are going to print host should ends with .com. And so after this, we have checked all of the string. So it will fall in the else condition. Now we are going to check is the user admin or not. If username dot starts with admin admin dash print welcome admin, and else print welcome user. So this is a small program which we made, and let's check it out. So if you run python main.py, and let's say it is saying enter a string, enter your valid email. Let's update this. So we are going to enter an email, shashank@google.com. You can see it returned us welcome user. Now let's say if our email does not even have at the rate. Let's say a small one. That's random. It does not have at the rate. So here you can see it is saying email invalid email at the rate is missing. Let's run this one more time. And what we are going to do now, uh, username. So in our email has rule that it should not have a special character in username. And username is before at the rate. We have taken like, so let's say sha dot sh @google.com. Here you can see it is saying username dot sh should not have special characters. So here we have one special character which is dot. Now let's run one more time, and just let's remove the .com. Only I'm going to write Google. So you can see it is saying host should ends with .com. And now next one. So we have checked all of the condition, and we have checked one more thing is left. Admin dash shashank dot, okay, this time email is invalid. So admin dash shashank @google.com. Okay, so there's dash, it should not be there. So you can say it is saying welcome admin. So this is basic demonstration of the string function where you can try it on your own. And string functions will become more useful while you are going to learn file handling and rest of the things. And our next topic will be, so yeah, next we are going to learn about first sequence, which is list, and it is really used to store collection of elements, and it is very useful in Python. So in next lecture we are going to learn about lists.